Hey posers! I'm Juan Ramos.
And I'm Lana Rivers.
And we're helping new models break into the modeling industry.
Welcome to Posers Unleashed. In our previous videos, we discussed the modeling industry in general, and we also talked about different types of modeling to give you a better idea which types of modeling you would be most interested in.
So today we're going to be talking about all the essentials that you'll need to become a successful model in the business. So take out your notepads because today is going to be a call for action.
Finally, it's not just theory. Now you are about to start actually doing something.
So take the note, as many notes as you can, because this is what's gonna make you successful. And also, if you wanna see our previous videos, they'll be up here in the top left corner.
So the first thing you will need, and it's also the first one on our list because it's so easy to get, and it's your measurements. You're gonna need to measure yourself, write it all down, and have those measurements handy whenever casting is asking you for them. And they will ask you for those. For me personally, I take my own measurements because I know how to sew. I have a sewing machine. I have a measuring tape. And so it's very easy for me to I can do it every morning if I want to. Write it all down, so I always have an updated measurements of myself.
And if you don't have a measuring tape or don't want to invest in one, you can actually go to a tailorer. Some dry cleaner areas do tailoring and dry cleaning, so you can ask them to give you the measurements. Or like you can do what I did and go to Men's Warehouse if you're a guy and tell them, hey, I need to get measured for a suit and I'll be back later. And they'll give you a free measurement. Hey man, do whatever you gotta do to get those measurements. But keep them updated, guys, because you really need those.
Here's tips of an immigrant. Immigrants always know the best free life hacks.
That's right. Free life hacks here. You didn't even know you were gonna get that too, huh?
The most common measurements that you will need are your height, weight, bust, circumference, waist, and hips. Those are the most common ones. For ladies, you may need under bust and the cup size as well. And something that you may be asked once in a while would be a hat size, glove size, pant size, dress size, t-shirt size. T-shirt would be like small, medium, so it's not like specific size.
And for the guys, usually it's not as much as the ladies, so they'll need your height, your weight, your inseams, your bust size, your shoe size. Sometimes they'll ask for suit size, and not all the time, but sometimes they'll need your, I don't know what this one is called.
Arm length?
Arm length. But they'll let you know exactly what you'll need. So getting all the measurements you can is probably the best option. So when you go to the Men's Warehouse, wherever you are, just tell them you want all the measurements. And guys, they want exact inches on what they need, or centimeters. So make sure you get the precise lengths, because that's what the tailorer needs. Don't lie on it either. Be honest exactly how to the inch or to the centimeter, because they'll find out pretty soon when you get there if you lied about it or not.
Yeah, sometimes every inch can make a difference to a designer because they put their clothes for specific measurements, and they're looking for models with those specific measurements. If you lied on your resume about your measurements, it's not gonna look good on you when they remeasure you and they're like, okay, you're an inch off, and this is unfortunately not what we're looking for. You're gonna be wasting time, and people are gonna be kind of disappointed. Like, you don't want to feel that awkward thing. And ladies, if your waist is currently 28 inches, for example, but you're just starting a diet and you're really hoping that next month your waist is gonna be 26, and you're like,
you know what? I don't want to put 28 inches on my resume. Maybe I'll put 26 because this is going to be 26 next month.
don't lie. Put your current measurements. Once you gain or lose weight and your measurements change, that's when you update them. So still go on whatever diet is healthy and good for you, and lean out your body if you want to, but don't lie about your measurements and put the current ones.
Same for you guys. Don't lie about your height. And if you're 5'9", don't say you're 5'10".
Yes, I actually know a couple models that lie about their height.
Yeah, because they want to get the job.
Yeah, I would say the most I lied about my height would be I added an inch to myself because I knew they were looking for 5'7" at least, and I am like 5'5" and a half. I used to be 5'6", but
I thought you meant in shoes. But they want your height in like just barefoot. So if you're 5'9" and you're putting 5'11", they're gonna know right off the bat. So don't lie about your height, guys.
Yes.
All right, guys. The next thing you'll need, and it's free, is actually your digitals, or also called Polaroids or snaps. I've never heard of that, but she knows about it more than me. Those are, you can pretty much do that yourself with a tripod and on your phone and a timer. And if you have a friend, they can help you out. So if I needed some real quick Polaroids or
Snaps.
snaps
Or digitals. It's all the same
I
thing.
could ask Alana to take them for me. But yes, guys, this is free, easy to do, and you could do it yourself.
Okay, so digitals are non-professional photos of you that showcase the real you, what you look like naturally in day-to-day life. When you take digitals, you can take them with your phone camera. You don't need a professional camera, and it's actually preferred if it's not done too professionally, so they don't assume that you over-edited them or over-prepared for it. You don't have your makeup on the digitals, and your hair is not done in perfectly blowout thing. So simple hair, no makeup, or you can maybe have like, I don't know, touch up a couple things here and there.
Stay natural.
But you have to look like you have no makeup. So if you even put something to make yourself feel more comfortable, make sure it's not showing that there is a makeup.
Yeah,
on
so
you.
don't go editing your pictures to try to look good on your digitals. Because they're obviously gonna know once you get there that you edited your pictures. So if you have a pimple here or there, it's fine. They'll deal with it when they get there. It's not a big deal. But they want you as natural as possible. A good place to do your digitals would be somewhere with a good lighting. You can do it either inside or outside, but just find a location with good lighting. Preferably on a sunny day if you're gonna do it not a sunny day, a cloudy day if you're gonna do it outside, because harsh shadows kind of like kills the shot. You want a plain background, so either white, whatever color, just as long as it's plain and there's nothing distracting, because they just want to focus on you. And you'll need a picture of just your face right here, in this area right here, from about the shoulders up. A profile, the side of your face. Full body, they'll want a straight on picture of a full body, just standing there. Don't have to do anything special. You don't have to overpose or anything like that. And they'll want a full body of your profile as well. I usually do both sides, left side and right side. And sometimes they'll ask for the background, the back of you. So that's fine. Take one of your back, because they'll want to know how you look like from the back, or how long your hair is. So those are the most common digitals that you'll need.
And about what to wear, try to wear something very plain and simple, clothes that is not distracting. The main attention should be you, your face, your posture,
And your body shape.
So
wear something tight.
Yes, something has to be skin tight. It could be either skinny jeans, preferably dark color, to be honest, for skinny jeans, but light ones are fine as well if that's all you have.
Yep.
Or black leggings work always the best. Black leggings is the must-have for models, honestly.
Yeah, I usually wear all black when I'm doing my digitals.
Yeah,
But you can wear jeans too.
you can wear like a white t-shirt as well. Just make sure it's not an oversized t-shirt, because you want to showcase
Your
what
shape.
your shape looks like. Exactly.
All this.
All this that you work out for. Yes. Oh, for girls, would be, and for guys too, it would be also helpful to also get a couple shots in underwear or bikini. And not every casting is going to ask you for those pictures, especially in America. I feel like it's much more rare. Back in Ukraine, that was a requirement.
Really?
You even go to casting calls in your swimsuit.
What?
In Ukraine, at least like
Yeah.
10 years ago when I was going to casting in Ukraine. And yes, you come there and you're supposed to change into your swimsuit or underwear. It has to be very basic underwear. We're not talking about lingerie.
Sometimes,
but
like if
yes.
it's like swim week or something like that, you'll do in your in your swimsuit too. So if you're doing like a casting in Miami, things like that for swim week, they'll ask you to come in your bikini. And for guys, just wear your swim trunks. Some nice ones, nothing that's crazy colored or anything like that. Just
no
plain color.
pineapples on them.
Yeah, or blue, white, and yellow, whatever color. Just something plain and just shorts and show off your body. That's all they want to see.
Yeah, it's a good idea to have a couple shots. Even for acting jobs, a couple times I had been asked for pictures of myself in underwear or bikini from front and back, full height, so they can see my figure.
Yeah.
And I would also like to add that for facial expression, keep it neutral. You don't have to look mean or high fashion model, completely resting bitch face.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be specific like this. It has to be a neutral face expression, like you look like if somebody was just looking at you from far away, but you're not interacting with people currently. Whatever the real face expression.
Yeah, they just want to see what you look like naturally on neutral, just like,
yeah,
this is what I look like. And sometimes they'll ask for a smile, so sometimes you want to take a smile just to have that just in case, because they want to see your teeth, but most of the time it's just a neutral face. And like I mentioned before, guys, do not use filters and do not edit the pictures. They want you as raw as they can have you. That sounds weird.
They want real people, not aliens.
Yeah, so don't edit your pictures at all. No Photoshop. Just that shot you took. That's what they want. That's it.
And don't overpose.
Oh yeah, don't be posing like crazy.
The pose should be all about your body shape and posture. So just showcase your body. You can pose just a little bit here and there, but it should not be
crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Don't, if you have no butt, it's okay. Don't stick your butt out, and because they can tell.
Stand straight.
Yeah, don't stick your butt out.
Yeah, but you don't have to stand fully, because my first digitals that I was taking, I thought I'm supposed to be standing straight like a soldier,
stick.
Like a stick, because I thought that's what they want. But in reality, like, you do very mild posing.
Pose. Yeah.
Just if it's a hip hop, then it's like very mild. It's not overdone, but you still do just a little bit too.
So tiny pose, but not like extravagant pose, like you're going to a model shoot. So small pose, nothing crazy.
I think we covered
Stay natural
on digitals. And number three is also free. Good news. And
free is good.
And also very simple to make. Just like the digitals, the next one is the video of your walk. Not every single agency is gonna ask you for that, but a lot of agencies do ask for the video of your walk. Just like the digitals, it's supposed to showcase the real you, but when digitals just show how you look and your body looks, the video of your walk showcases how you move, how comfortable you are in heels, how symmetrical you look when you walk, if you can pose, if you project confidence, things like that.
And there's no specific way to walk. Everybody walks different. So if you've ever walked on the catwalk or on the runway, you can use that video if it's a good video. But if you don't have a video and you're just starting out, you can do it yourself. Simply put a camera up and walk towards your camera, and then pose at the end, 2 to 3 seconds usually, turn around and walk back. And that's basically all you need. If you're gonna wear makeup, ladies, I would say like light makeup, stay natural. They want you as natural as possible. And definitely wear heels, because they want to see how you walk in heels. And guys, don't have to worry as much as women do. Just do your walk, guys, and just be confident. Show the confidence.
And ladies and guys too, skinny clothes, showcase your body. We're not wearing oversized anything. And when you start, I would say when you start your video walk, to give you a better idea, make sure you are fully in frame before you start walking, so they can see your full height, your full body as you walk. As you walk towards the camera, you're gonna get closer, and you might get as close as, I don't know, 3/4, a little above your knees. And as long as you're still staying in shot, that's when you pose. So you don't have to be full height for posing, but you pose pretty close to the camera, and then you turn around and walk away again to the point where you are full body.
Yeah, and if you have a friend that can help you, that'd be even better, just to make it easier on you.
Moving forward to one of the most important must-haves for models, headshots. Headshots is the first thing that casting sees when they are looking at your application, at your profile. This is the first point of contact, and this is what's gonna make that very first 1 split second impression of you. So you have to make sure that that first impression is gonna make you and not break you. And it's not gonna be the most, of course, it's not the only thing that goes under the consideration when you applied for a job, but it is pretty important as the first impression, and you have to make sure that it represents real, authentic, best version of you. So what makes a good headshot?
So first of all, guys, your headshots have to look like you. You can do minor retouches, professional retouches, but nothing crazy like Instagram filters, Snapchat filters, anything like that, because that will make you look totally unprofessional. So do not do that at all. Minor face expressions, kind of like serious looks, smirk, smile, and just choose the best ones to submit to agencies or castings, whatever it needs. But yeah, nothing crazy.
And make sure you have a few of those different impressions that you want, and those different expressions match the jobs that you're hoping to get.
Yeah.
So if you're hoping to get certain type of job, make sure that your headshot screams that this is the kind of job you would be perfect for. So choose those different expressions wisely and submit specific headshots that you have in stock, basically.
Sometimes they'll ask you if they want one with you smiling, so you'll submit the smiling one, or they just want you a serious face, submit the serious face one.
It is possible, if you know what you're doing, kinda, it is possible to do your very first headshots by yourself if you currently don't have money to invest in the photographer, or you can ask a friend if you have a friend who has a good camera, not necessarily the super crazy expensive one, but as long as it's not just your phone and it's some kind of a mirrorless little camera that's supposed like professional. Everybody has this kind of friend who bought a camera and was hoping to be a photographer at some point. So if you have one of those friends, you can always ask them to take a few photos of you so you can start out and see how you feel about those headshots. But that's kind of if you know what you're doing. If you have maybe very simple basic skills in editing, hopefully that you can make sure that it looks professional-ish, because that's what I did as well, because I'm pretty good with editing and color correction.
And who isn't nowadays? Everybody edits their pictures, right?
Yes, so if you kind of have an idea of how to make unprofessionally done photos look more professionally, be my guest, do that, and save some money in the beginning, and then hopefully you can book a couple jobs, make some money, and reinvest those money into professional headshots. It's always recommended, of course, to hire professional photographers for your headshot. How much to pay them, it's definitely up to you, depends where you live, what the average pricing is in the area. Make sure to do your research before you hire a photographer. Make sure you like their portfolio, go through their photos and see if you like all the pictures that they have out there. And if that corresponds with your personality and that's the kind of photo you want, go for it, invest, and prepare your outfit, prepare the face expressions so you can get the most out of that photo shoot.
Now it's gonna zoom in on me. Zoom in. Yes, guys, a good photographer is gonna help you a lot. They're gonna give you some guidance, but don't expect them to read your mind, because you know exactly what you want or what you need. They are just there to kind of guide you. So make sure you kind of practice your poses or the type of pose you want or facial expression you want, because like I said, they're not mind readers, and only you know what you need for your headshot or for your photo shoot or whatever the agency or casting call requires.
Yes, photographer doesn't know you as well as you know yourself. It doesn't know your goals, your
ambitions.
Your ambitions and which roles you were going for. So do your preparation. Photographer is not gonna provide exactly everything. It's not gonna give you all the knowledge, and
sometimes the agencies give you a list of what they need, so they'll need like a headshot, full body shot, and stuff like that. So if that's what they need, guys, make sure you let the photographer know, hey, this is what my agency or whatever you're applying to requires. Can you take these shots for me?
Oh, important thing that I kind of forgot. We do need to make sure you guys know professional headshots. Please make sure it's like very plain background, 100%. With digitals, you can go away with just it's being visible that it's just the wall of some building in the ground, but for the headshot, it has to be very much neutral, because it's all about your face. It's a headshot. It's the shot of your head, and that's all that should matter. Your eyes, your smile, your cheekbones, whatever it is that you're showcasing.
Like pure white, pure whatever, as long as there's nothing distracting. Just you.
White and I would say gray is probably one of the most popular ones. Dark, light gray, white, blue sometimes works for some people depending on your color type.
Or what you're wearing.
Yes.
Well, usually white or gray.
Yeah. And wear something for the headshot, I would say black is not the perfect. Like, it's possible to have headshots in black, but it's not as perfect. White also could be not the best. I will say pick a nice color. Whatever color complements your eyes, your hair, your skin tone best. Pick whatever color it is, simple, plain top, something that doesn't distract any attention from you. Absolutely no writing, no logos. So nothing catches the eye besides your eyes on the headshot.
Exactly.
Oh, and also we are hoping to make another video where we're gonna go more in depth on what makes a great headshot, because we think it's such an important topic that you can kind of go in detail on that when we're planning to do a separate video. And in case if you guys already came up with your first headshots or digitals or whatever else that we are going to be talking about in this video, and you would like to get a feedback from us,
let us know. I'll put an email down in the description that you can send your headshots, and we'll do videos where we critique you guys' headshots or walk or whatever you guys want us to critique, and we'll let you know what we think and what we think you could adjust or be better at. We'll be honest with you guys, so don't hate us.
So if you don't mind to receive a feedback in one of the next videos that we're gonna have, and it's gonna be shown to everybody, and we're gonna be honest with our feedback. If you're comfortable with that and you would like to get our feedback, send it to our email
down in the description, and we'll critique it. Sounds good?
I like critiquing people.
Critiquing.
Critiquing is where I'm shining.
She's gonna make you feel real bad.
I promise I won't.
Sure.
I won't. I've lived in the United States for long enough to know how to smooth things out, you know.
So we'll critique it, guys. Just let us know. Send it to the email in the description, and we'll make a video on it.
We're gonna be looking forward to those.
The next on our list, guys, is a resume. Ooh, did you feel that chill down your spine? New models usually hate the word resume, but you're gonna need it because agencies or agents usually do need it to submit to casting calls and things like that. But don't worry, we all been there. It's frustrating at first because you feel like you have no experience in modeling. You've never done anything before, but you never know. You might have done something that you could actually add to your resume, even though you've never modeled before. For example,
yeah, there are things that you can put there even if you're just starting out. Start by adding your best headshot, your name, your measurements, and your contact information. That's the base.
The basics, yeah.
Yes. And now think back about some of the experience you may have had and not thought that they could be related to modeling. Maybe you have been in a school play before. Maybe you've been in beauty pageants before.
Maybe you used to skateboard.
Yes. Maybe you used to dance. Maybe you used to pose for an art class. Maybe you have customer service experience, also very helpful in modeling. So think back. It may take you a minute to think hard about whatever you could put there, but I'm sure if you take your time, you'll find a thing or two that you can start off your resume with. On top of that, if you had any education, any diplomas, certificates of you completing anything, and it could be even business related, as long as you have some kind of certificates, diplomas that showcase a little bit more of who you are and what you're good at, put them right there. If you can speak multiple languages, great, make sure to add it there. If you have any special skills like dancing or skateboarding or singing, also helpful sometimes.
Gymnastics, so you can do backflips, things like that too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So make sure to add any special skills. Don't be shy. Put them all there and make sure to think about it, because sometimes we feel like, okay, I have no experience, but then you actually used to do similar kind of things back when you were in school
Yeah.
for a while, just never considered it in modeling.
Even like things like parkour. Models do parkour and they'll use parkourers, if that's even what you call it. Parkour! The Office? No, but anyways, they'll use models to do parkour for a photo shoot. So almost,
Or for commercials.
or for
too.
commercials, almost any little thing that you don't think can be used will be used.
And it's all those special skills are especially great for commercial models.
And guys, don't forget to come back regularly to update your resume, because pretty soon you'll start adding so much that you'll be like, dang, I have no more space left. I'm so good at everything.
And you're trying to maintain it for one page.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't have to separate it or have 2 pages. So I prefer to have my resume on just
Yeah.
fit it in one page. And once you have enough experience, you're like, oh my god, now I have to exclude some of the things.
Yeah.
I'm like, which was the least proud of that I can kick it out of from the page, but you're gonna get there. Are we on?
Are we on? We're live.
Okay,
baby.
good. And finally, the next point is comp cards. Comp cards, I'm sure you've heard about them. It's a composition card. I'm sure you've heard about them before. They're so easy to make, but at the same time, they're kind of very hard to make yourself do it and be 100% sure that this is the way you like it the most. Especially for people like me who hate choosing. And you have to pick the best shots of yours for it. And that's why I hate doing comp cards. And Juan is out here, a professional comp card maker. So you tell us about comp cards.
Well, I'm not that professional, but I do make comp cards. So basically a comp card is half a letter size, 5.5 by 8, right? And then if you want to get that in measurements or see it, it's basically like half a page. So the comp card is technically this big, and it'll be front and back. It'll have your name. It'll have all your sizes, so height, weight, bust size, all that good stuff. Your social media and email. And if you have a website to some people have a website to show off their photography, you can put your website on there. By photography, I mean your modeling photo shoots. But it has all the information there, and it usually 3 to 6 pictures of you on there. That way, the casting director where you go to can see multiple angles of you or of the work you've done. So it can either be your digitals for pictures, your headshot, your side profile, your full body, or it can be pictures that you like yourself that you think are the best, that show off your skills.
No selfies.
No selfies.
No sunglasses.
No sunglasses. It has to be purely you and your modeling work.
Yes, and I would say there's people who I've heard they do both sides of comp card. If you print them professionally, especially, or you can have just one side on a comp card.
I feel like it's better if you do both sides. It's front and back, guys, because in the front you can put just your face and your name, and in the back you can add those extra pictures with all your information in the back. It gives you more space. If you do it on one side, you have so much limited space, you can only add like 3 pictures, 2 to 3 pictures, and then all your information on there. So front and back is usually what I think is the best for everybody.
So basically, a comp card is a business card. It's a big business card for a model. By this point, we pretty much touch base the most important things that you physically need to start off your modeling career. But there's a couple more things that we would like to mention that will help you a lot in the future.
Yep. And grow as a model as well.
Yeah. So the first thing is the social media presence. I know that some people they want to be models, they want to get in the industry, but they don't like putting their personal self out there on social media. They have no photos. Maybe they have account on Instagram, for example, but then there's like 3 photos from 5 years ago of some field or a sunset, and they're all set. Nobody even knows by the social media presence who they are and if they're still alive or not. But for your modeling career, it would be very, very beneficial if you actually had active-ish presence on social media. And we're talking Instagram, Facebook.
I just use Instagram.
Right now, Threads also.
Threads
a lot of people
yeah.
are connecting.
Twitter too.
On Threads. I've
Or
never been on
X.
Twitter.
I don't use X, but a lot of people do use X. It's called X now.
Yes, so basically, if you are constantly putting stuff on your profile, people know that you're active, that you're doing something. People know that you started out modeling, for example. Post something about it so people can see. And in the beginning, it may not do you much good, honestly, until you gain some kind of a
following.
But the following, I'm not talking about having a lot of like thousands of people following you because you have to be a blogger and post about your private life constantly. No, what I'm talking about is that you do a little modeling gig, or you just did your headshots or your digitals, share them on social media and tell people that you started out modeling. This is my first headshots. Maybe you're not going to get much response from it, but it's going to be there. It's going to be kind of like your online portfolio that you're starting to build up. Once you go to your first job, you're going to meet people and network with them, and you're going to exchange Instagram profiles. And now you're not just somebody who doesn't have Instagram. You are going to be like, okay, yeah, I am on Instagram. And so you're going to exchange it. You're going to follow each other. After this, job after job, you're going to get more and more people who are in the same industry as you are, who are pursuing the same dreams, the same goals. So you're very much thinking alike. You pursue similar things and you try to do similar things, and you can share knowledge with people. You can share your agents.
And Instagram, I use Instagram a lot. That's my main social media. And I get to meet a lot of models because of it. I get to meet a lot of photographers because of it. And honestly, a lot of the time, or most of the time now, when you go to casting calls, they actually want your Instagram handle, or even agencies ask for your Instagram handle because they want to see your work. So the more, I guess, professional pictures you can get on there, the better your Instagram looks, the more work you can get out of that. Because I've gotten jobs off of literally Instagram, photographers wanting to work with me because they love the way my work looks, or they love the way I am because they met me or heard about me through an Instagram friend or a model that I met on set and things like that.
And if you do photo shoots, if you do photo shoots with some of the photographers, a lot of them would love to do a collaboration on Instagram. And it's when both of you make a post, basically, and the post belongs to both of you, kind of, and it showcased on both of your pages. That's how other people, other photographers can find you through the profile of the photographer once you posted that collaboration. More photographers are going to be reaching out to you. More opportunities going to come your way.
Yeah, so social media is a great way to network and to talk to people. And speaking about networking, there are sometimes workshop events or events where models go meet, and social events. Models meet each other, photographers meet each other, and they're just networking with other people. And I think as a model, you want to have a presence in this area. So if they ever have an event, you should honestly try to go and meet everybody. You have to be kind of extroverted and talk to people. Even if you're introverted, I push myself out there because you want to get to know as many people as you can, especially photographers, because if they know you're a model and they're ever looking for, hey, I know this male model, his name is Juan, let me reach out to him. I need a model for this type of work or that type of work or whatever. So social events, actually going to them physically and meeting the people in person helps a ton, because you're not only meeting the people, you get to represent yourself in a new light, and people actually get to meet you. You get to show your personality, and if they like you, people will definitely reach out to you on Instagram or wherever. And that comes back to social, because as soon as I meet somebody in a social event, I'm like, what's your Instagram? Let me add you. Oh, dang, look at your work. Dang. Okay. I love to work with you.
Most of models, every time they come to work, you haven't even talked to that person longer than 1 minute yet. But people love to network and to connect on social media, because you never know what opportunity is going to be coming your way from those people.
Yeah.
People are... this is the essential thing. People is what's keeping this business going.
Yeah. When people are gonna want to meet you, and then once they see your work and you start talking to them and they see that you have good work and you have a great personality, they're gonna remember you. It's better to meet somebody in person. That way they have like a physical picture in their mind of how you look, and they'll be like, yeah, I can use that model. They told me they're a model, I can use that model, and I remember their Instagram. Let me reach out to them so I can use them for this job.
Just don't go to those events, get messed up drunk, and show yourself from not a good side. Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's okay if you drink, but don't get drunk, because people will remember that.
You know not to cross that line in drinking or smoking or cussing.
Because people will honestly remember all that from the social events. They'll remember you. It could be the smallest thing. It could be the way you smiled, the way you walked. Like, oh damn, she's a model, she walks that way. I could use her for one of my dresses or one of my whatever. So they'll remember you guys. So definitely go, but don't get crazy.
And the last thing is finding an agent. And that topic is like the whole big topic that I feel like we're definitely gonna need a separate video on finding an agent. But let's talk just in general, how you can at least start looking for an agent. I will say, in my experience, going through those events, social events, modeling events, you meet people, you talk to them, they tell you, oh, I'm a model. And you're like, great, are you with any agencies? And this is the kind of stuff that you talk to new friends that you make at the events, or if you already got 1, 2, 3 jobs, you may have jobs even before you get an agent. And in those jobs, you meet with people who maybe already have an agent. Ask them about it. Especially, I'll say, ask those people who are not specifically your type. So if I meet with a girl who looks exactly like me, just a couple different features, but we're basically the same type, then it may be a little bit weird for her to give me all of the information about her agency, but it depends also how close you are, how friendly you are, on her personality, totally. But if the girl is exactly, you're the same type, and you're asking her all these questions, to her it's gonna feel like, okay, you're trying to compete for her spot in the agency, you know. So maybe she's not gonna be 100% comfortable, and it totally depends on personality, so kind of know. But if the person, you look at them and it's like, for example, if I'm gonna be asking Juan, he doesn't care, like, we don't compete ever for the same role, because
you're gonna take my spot. You're gonna grow a beard.
Like, there's no way we can ever compete for anything. If we audition for the same kind of job, it's most of the time like we get to work those jobs together, and we actually work a lot of jobs together.
Or you can be like me and just ask everybody about everything. Like, hey, nice to meet you. Are you a model? Yes, no. What agency are you with? Are they good agency? What do they do? Could they do acting stuff? All this stuff. Ask every question. That's why I like going to social events, because you can honestly learn a lot from the people that are models. You can ask them a whole bunch of questions. Some people will be friendlier than others, but like she said, it all depends on personality. But don't be afraid to ask, because if you don't ask, you'll never know. And you never know either. You might get there and there's actually an agent scouting for a model, and you just might be the exact model they're looking for. So don't be afraid going to events. Definitely ask questions if you don't know, if you want to learn more. Asking models, especially that are, I guess, more established, would help you a lot as well.
Yes. So learn about what agencies are the most popular, the most professional in your area. You can, of course, Google that stuff as well. But with Google, it's like hit and miss kind of thing. On Instagram, there's a lot of agencies you can find on Instagram. They have their own pages. But there's been agencies that reached out to me and they're like, oh, we would like to have you on board. And then once you actually go through interview with them, they tell you that they charge $1,800 to start, because we're gonna teach you how to walk, how to dress, how to take your pictures, all this stuff. I've heard it all before, guys. Or the last one, and it was actually, I don't know if I can say the name, but it was the agency, and they are promoting themselves a lot, and I feel like they could be a legit agency. I have nothing against them. I haven't worked with them, but I know that there is a commercial that I would see an ad popping on my Instagram a lot, and it's the management or agency, something like this. And they just like, we're looking for new faces, we're scouting, like we need you, send us a photo. And you send them photo, they reach out to you. And I've had like this first initial Zoom call with the lady, and even though everything she said sounds legit and great and she sounds like she knows what she's doing, but then she told me it's $400 upfront that you have to pay for them to print out comp cards for you, portfolio, and like, and it's not like they provide a lot of it, it's just like the printing, most of it printing and organizing. And I think they're like creating the book portfolio physical for you. And while those things may be real and could help you out in your career, but I would rather not invest $400 before I even know if I can get cast through them at all.
My rule, this is what I do. If an agency wants to work with you, they won't ask you for money up front. They'll get you jobs and they'll take money off the top, like a certain percentage. That's how usually how, in my opinion, real agencies work. If an agency is charging you $8,000 up front, they're not an agency. Now there's a difference between agency.
That's like, I feel like this is like a pyramid business model.
Yeah, pyramid scheme.
They just making money, instead of making money off the percentage that they give work to their models, and they make money off that 20%. Industry standard is about 20% usually. Instead of making money like this, they just making money by posting on Instagram about, oh,
we're hiring, we're scouting, we're looking for new faces.
And they just collecting $400 from all those desperate models who don't know.
They want to be real models.
They want to be models.
But they're not really sure how to get into it. And then they start paying, and then you get into the whatever program it is or whatever agency it is, and then you're literally paying either upfront or a monthly fee, and you're not getting any jobs.
So I'm not saying that, especially the one that I mentioned, but it's off the top of my head because I see it a lot. I'm not saying that agency is not real. They could be a legit agency, but this is just not something that I would personally feel comfortable with. Paying $400, and then do I have guarantee that I'm gonna get a job? Like, you have to pay to get work.
That just sounds weird. And there's a difference between modeling agencies and modeling like academies. So, or a modeling school. Modeling school, yes, you have to pay, but they're gonna teach you how to walk, how to pose, how to do different, I guess, poses, face expression, things like that. But a modeling agency usually doesn't charge you up front. So there's a big difference between the two, guys. Don't get it confused.
I actually started out with modeling school.
Modeling school.
But they also had, like, it was a modeling agency that had modeling school that you can pay and get into their school. And then once you finish their school and all the classes that you were supposed to finish, that's when you already kind of automatically join in their agency as well, and you're working for them. And yes, they provided the first initial like graduation photo shoot with a bunch of outfits for stuff, and they taught you how to walk, how to pose, how to do your makeup. I don't remember, it was,
or if you stick with us, you can learn from us. And you don't have to pay nothing. Just subscribe and watch our channel.
That's what this channel is for. I don't want people to go and just blindly spend a lot of money and then maybe never getting even jobs from that.
Because they'd be asking for a lot of money. I remember I applied to this agency and they had like 50 people in one room and they explained their whole spiel, and then they were like, "You're chosen." I'm like, "Yeah." And then, okay, you're chosen, you have the perfect wall, perfect that, but blah, 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 blah. And we're gonna get you in with celebrities, we're gonna get you in with the big names and stuff like that. All you have to do is pay $8,000 up front. And I was like, no, it's not gonna happen.
I've been to one of the events like this. It was like a scouting casting call, open casting call, and it was in New York City, and I don't remember the name of the agency, but they kind of scouted me and they were like, "You should come, great." And it was more like for talent, not just modeling. It was modeling/acting, and I was like, I would like to check it out. And so I went for this open meeting, and they had a whole bunch of people. Most of those people did not look nothing like models, regular models you would expect them to look at, and they came out, gave the whole presentation speech about how amazing their agency is and how everybody should be just lucky to be part of them. And then they basically took one by one person to their separate room.
I've been to one like that too.
And told each one of them that, great, we would like to sign you. But there is some print work that we're gonna do for you in the beginning to make sure to set you up for success.
Yeah.
And so please pay $500 up front.
I went to that casting call like that once. They didn't choose me, but a model that I saw there, and I added them on Instagram. They told me that they had chose him, and then later on they were charging him like $2,000. I was like, dude, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Like I said, if a model wants you, they'll work with you and they'll get you jobs and they'll take money off the top.
Yeah.
And that's a good agency in my opinion.
Now I feel like all of those agencies who charge fee are gonna be after us and gonna be hating us.
I know. Some haters. You shouldn't be charging people like that. We're broke. We're models.
Models are broke.
Broke, man.
Like, come on, you can't be charging us that much.
I know. Right off the back, $8,000. Shit, you can barely
mean,
pay my bills.
If you have extra money laying around and you're very desperate for somebody to do most of your print and comp cards and all of that, maybe it's a good option for you. I'm not saying it's
not. Yeah.
Some
agencies are legit.
Some of those could be legit. Some of those are scams.
Yeah, but I do my research on them. Definitely do your research on them before you apply. There's a lot of stuff on Reddit, on Google, and things like that. So do your research before you just dash out $8,000, $10,000.
Yeah, easiest way is definitely just through people.
Yeah.
Meet people, especially especially make sure to ask people who are
legit models,
and they'll tell you everything about the agency they're with, they used to be with. Maybe they know other friends of theirs who are with other agencies, and so they can give you the whole info. Yes. And some of them, if you get close with them and they think that you would be a great match for their agencies, they can even recommend you to their agent, and that's gonna heighten your chances of getting in.
Well, yeah, guys, that's all we have. We appreciate you taking your time to watch our video. We are very excited for this channel, and I hope you guys subscribe, like, comment if you have any questions down below, and
send us whatever you prepared. If you actually going to do any action after this video, if you would like our feedback,
our critiques, things like that, because she loves to critique things. So.
No.
So definitely send us your headshots if you want to critique, and we'll talk about it and we'll give you our opinion on it.
Yes.
And thank you guys so much for being here again.
Thank you for watching.
Subscribe.
Bye. Essentials, must-haves that models.
Must have that models need to succeed in this business. So take out your notepads, because today you need to start taking some notes. You probably need to read it.
That was 2 times. Yes.
That's funny.